Hey you guys, good morning. Yep, still morning. It's like 11:30 or so. Yeah, so it's morning. Actually slept last night for a change. So I finished up these little insurance premium booklet journals last night, and I thought I would just, film a little video before I listed them on my shop on Etsy. And I guess I want to do like a flip through of each one, but I don't know if that's really necessary. There's, each listing is going to have 10 pictures. So they're pretty comprehensive. So, I'll just do the best I can. I don't necessarily want to, make a 45-minute video to show these, but I zoomed in, so you should be able to see pretty well. So basically what they are is just a little, insurance premium receipt book that, your insurance agent would record your monthly premium in when he came around to collect that. These are, probably from the very early 20s, if not, teens. I think one of them was actually 1919. So anyway, so I just have them numbered. I just always, when I do a series like this, when I list them, I just call them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. So you'll see the little, paper clipped tag on there, and that's, not permanent, obviously. So each one has a button closure with seam binding, wrap around, and I left them totally raw. There's no treatment on the cover at all. They're, just natural. There's a lot of handwriting and stuff like that on them. Some little kid must have gotten a hold of them or something, or I don't know what these little X's mean, but there's X's on a lot of them. And then I attached a little cluster of charms and with some tiles and some little rhinestones and things like that. And each one, of course, is different. And then stitched the button on. Each one of these has a Each one of these has a liner, like the cover is actually lined with fabric. I use the ticking cloth to line each of them, and that is sewn on. So there's a pocket on the front and back of each one. Each one is, like I said, very similar, but I'll go ahead and flip through this one. This will be listed as number 1 in the shop. So there's some little tags and stuff in the front. This is just a piece of folded up, coffee dyed paper. Most of the paper in the book is coffee dyed. If it's not some type of ephemera like a map or, tickets and things like that. Excuse me. And then there's just a few little tabs made out of fabric and stuff like that. Excuse me. I'm not going to pull every single item out of every pocket, but you get the idea. Just a couple tags in there. Whoops, where that guy came from. And then some little paper clipped bundles with some book paper and, some random ephemera, some postage stamps. And here's a page out of somebody's notebook from 1920. I picked up a bunch of little, like old notebooks and personal letters and things like that recently, and so I've used a lot of that stuff in my journals the last couple weeks. There's some little tags, and in these pockets, these little glassine bags, I just filled them with just little random items, okay, like a little tag with some cheesecloth, and there's another one, just a little heart cut out with a stamp and piece of rickrack, that type of stuff. Excuse the noise, there's a lot going on at my house today, but I did want to get this video filmed. And these glassine bags are the ones that I ran a video of that I picked up off of eBay. They're used bags. They were used by a stamp collector, so most of them are going to have writing on them. And this is kind of my favorite little way to do like a double pocket. I'll just take a page and fold it up and then fold it back, and that makes this flap, and it gives you two little tuck spots on either side. And I guess that's sort of turned into my signature pocket method. I'm sure lots of people use that, but I really like it. So there's just some, you know, little tags and playing cards and things like that in the pockets. This is just a little card made out of a little image of an iris out of a vintage book. There's a pretty large postage stamp in here. And some other stuff. This is onion skin paper. There's another like bundle of papers and ephemera there. This one opens at the top. Some little cards and tags in the envelope. So there's quite a lot in each one of these, you know. I haven't counted the pages, but they're pretty full, you know. Pretty chunky little books. Another bundle there. And yet another glassine envelope. There's this old vintage, you know, picture that, yeah, each of them has some kind of identification as to where that is on the back, and I got like a whole bunch of them, so they're kind of neat. And again, you know, just a couple of pieces of coffee dyed paper inserted in this little tuck in the back. So, okay, so there's a complete flip through of number 1, and then this is number 2. It's got a pink seam binding. I'll just kind of show quickly. I'll do a very quick flip through on this. So it's, you know, like I said, very, very similar. Book paper, some old pamphlets that I've disassembled, and you know, same kind of idea, each one. This would be number 3. There we go. So, coffee dyed heart, and of course that won't go back in there. This is why I don't always take everything out of the book, because inevitably it's like a struggle to get it back in when I'm filming. Just a little flip out. Okay, so this is number 3. And then number 4. like I said, some activity in the house today. Let's see. So all, obviously very different, but, very similar at the same time. Just different ephemera and stuff like that in each one. So this number 4. And lastly, number 5. Same kind of formula, there's some little fabric tabs on some of the pages. All of the little glassine bag envelopes are filled with tags and little bits and pieces. So there's a little postcard in this one. Keep going. I like this little notebook page here. It's interesting, we ink the edges of papers and stuff to make them look old and aged and stuff, and this has not been inked, but this is just the way it's discolored over the years, So interesting to me. Just to kind of get a little picture of people's lives, through their ephemera. And that's the whole point, to ephemerize. Just a remembrance, like a memory of something that happened, It's been kind of emotional going through some of the stuff that I've picked up lately. Reading, personal letters and like these insurance books and stuff. This was Geraldine's, it's like, I don't know, she's a real person, and I don't know, like it just kind of hits me sometimes how important this stuff was to somebody at some point, So anyway, okay, so there's 5 little minis that I will have listed here within the next, I'd say half hour. I'm going to upload the video at the same time as I'm, putting those listings together. So email me if you have any questions, or, comment if you have questions. I'll put all my appropriate links in the description. Don't forget to like the video if, you have a second. That means a lot. And then, share, subscribe, that kind of stuff if you like what you see. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Love you. Bye.